Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. It is August 25th. We are going to take a look at Palantir stock from a technical analysis perspective. My goal in doing these videos is to help you understand how you can use technical analysis to make better trading or investing decisions. But I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. Okay, so Palantir down 75 cents today, 2.99%. At 24.35. Post-market, we seem to be up by 32 cents. Okay, we are going to take it. We have a red candle, quite a big red candle today. The good thing about it is that we are still making higher lows from 2 and 3 days ago. So that's still nice to see. And we also have a longer wick at the bottom. So it seems during the day we went further down low and then recovered somewhat. So it's nice to see this. But we are really having a hard time getting over this 25.11. I have this resistance right here, which I think is a valid resistance, but I think that 25.11 is very valid because we have been touching it and dancing around it a lot more than 25.74. This is what I call a double resistance. We might be in that case. So 25.11 is really the top, and we try to go there, and some people are basically selling off at 25.11, and this is what is making the stock go down a little bit. Let's go to the 1 hour chart to see if we cannot understand something more. Yes, so there was a bit of a sell-off, huh? So 9:30 here, so we opened right at 25.11. We opened at the resistance, then came down, then was pushed back up. Then another candle with a longer wick at the bottom, so some buying pressure here. So we were really trying to get above 25.11, and then we briefly did it, but were pushed back down with a longer wick at the top and a small wick at the bottom. So really a push down hard. And then what happened here is that we had a sell-off. Look at the volume here. So this was the highest volume of the day. And this is what made MACD crossover bearish right here. Boom. And then stochastic said, okay, no force in the stock. Boom, I go down and MACD turned negative. So this is a very good example to take a look at how the indicators are reacting. Like boom, boom. All of the three indicators agreeing. And towards the end of the day, we have been pulling back up a little bit. So we have this move up right here. Going back to the daily charts, from a daily chart perspective, so we have a longer outlook from a daily chart than we have for an hourly chart. Depending on how you want to trade, you can trade on the 1 hour chart or the daily chart or the weekly chart. So from a daily chart perspective, it's still okay. We are still in this congestion zone. We have been coming down a little bit closer to the support, but we are not yet at support. We are not at support. We are still a little bit higher here. MACD is still crossed over bullish and everything. The two lines of MACD are starting to come closer together because the stock is basically going sideways. MACD is basically a moving average, and when the stock is not really moving in terms of the close of the stock, so the close of the stock is pretty much around the same zone. So MACD is going to come closer together. So MACD is still nice, but starting to come over a little bit. In terms of stochastic, so stochastic has not been very high. It was never over 80 right here. And look at what happens when stochastic is over 80. Look at this here. It's over 80, and then we have the stock make a nice move. So it's hard to have a real move when stochastic is not over 80. So we have not been over 80, so this is why the move is just a lukewarm move. It was a nice push from the earnings, but it did not manifest in something bigger. DMI is still good, so DMI is still saying, yeah, well, you are still in a good shape because you were here before and now you are above. So why are you complaining? Okay, I'm not complaining. It's nice to have had this little swing up, but we are just insatiable profit takers, so we like more profits and we could have gotten more. Just like when you go to the buffet and you take a decent plate back to your table and you eat and you say, wow, I should have put more on that plate, and you go again. So we might need to go again. And in terms of RSI, look at this. RSI is used to spot divergence between what is happening in the stock and what is happening on the stochastic. So you can do lines on stochastic. So you can do this. So you treat it like a stock chart, like this. I'm just going to put the right color for the RSI here. So we have a slope down here for the resistance. See, it's a slope down, and on the stock, it's a horizontal resistance. RSI might be telling us we might be going down because we are making lower highs, but we also need to take into account that we have this support right here for RSI. So maybe the stock is just going down to the support and then bouncing on it, just like we might be bouncing on this support here at 23.74. Very short term, I see a little bit of a downturn tomorrow and maybe the next day, but we could see a bounce on support. This is hard to see if we are going to bounce on support or not. We hope that we are going to bounce on support. The fact that we see the post-market a little bit up like this is an interesting turn of event. So that's it for me today. So thank you very much for watching, subscribing, liking, and commenting. Join me for $5 a month if you also want to have access to my exclusive weekly technical analysis where we look at the broader, longer-term view of Tesla and Palantir. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.